Hi, I'm Val and I love to talk about interior decor and design. And today I want to show you how to discover what you like and what you don't like in interiors so that you can create your own dream home. The first ground rule I want to lay for this video is that we are talking about discovering your interior design taste, not a specific style. Although, of course, interior design, much like art and fashion, does have specific styles that have been agreed upon, like Scandinavian, mid-century modern, boho, art deco. Usually, if you focus too much on a specific style, it will read a little flat or even a little impersonal. So we're talking more about what you like and what you don't like, and usually the styles that you like will mesh together anyway, and to increase those chances, the following tips might help. Secondly, I want to say something a little controversial because it goes against what I see a lot of my favorite creators say, but your wardrobe does not necessarily have to be inspiration for your interior design. For example, I love black clothing, but I do not like black in my interiors. I think I have very little of it, if any. I also like 60s furniture, but I dress pretty modern. So, yeah, you could try that out. It might work for you. If it does, wonderful. But don't get stuck on that piece of advice where people tell you to look at your wardrobe for color, pattern, etc. inspiration, because clothes are different than your home. Now, a much better piece of advice, in my opinion, is to, of course, consume a lot of inspiration, such as YouTube videos, magazines, Pinterest boards, whatever it may be. But note down why you like a certain image. Is it the colors? Is it the patterns? Is it the materials? Is it the lighting direction? Is it very maximalist? Is it very minimalist? What do you like about these items? And if you know someone who, in your opinion, designs very well, don't just ask them where they got something specific from, but ask them why they got it or what made them think it fit well into the space or mesh well with the other items that they have. You know, they probably love to talk about their beautiful things and they'll see it as a compliment. So it's a win-win either way. So yeah, don't just take a quick mental note, but really add it to your mood board, your reasons why you like something. Or if a mood board is not your thing, keep a document or write it down in a notebook, analog style. Just don't forget to do it because it will be really helpful for you later on. I've also heard people suggest finding 3 words, usually adjectives, to describe your taste. And while this can be helpful with things like online search terms, I would argue that 3 is not enough. For example, I love fall colors that remind me of the 70s, but with pops of blue and red in between to kind of break things up a little bit. I love medium and dark toned woods. My favorite metal is chrome. I lean more maximalist in terms of quantity of items, but I do prefer most of those items to be fairly simple and sleek so it doesn't get overstimulating, while having a few detailed pieces here and there do create like a nice balance. I'll mix patterns, but only if they're subtle enough for the same reason. I love combining 60s American with Dutch designer styles from the late 90s and early aughts, and I love a combination of thrifted and very used, or very new and pristine. So yeah, that's a whole paragraph, but it's really helpful for me to define my taste. What would yours read like? And sometimes it can also be helpful to take note of what you don't like. Now, I don't want to get too negative on this channel, so this is just to give you an idea of what my paragraph would sound like for that. I don't like neon or pastel colors, but at the same time, I don't like overly neutral homes. I don't like anything that looks like it was bought on a TikTok shop, nor a more farmhousey, like cheap, fast decor store. I respect antiques, but they are not for me. And the same goes for brass and gold, which usually work very well with antiques, but again, it's just not my thing. I rarely like industrial, but only if it's mixed with a bit of a warmer style. Florals, paisley, diamonds, and zigzags are just a no for me. And if your lighting is too white or cool, I will leave. I will leave your home. If you like any of these things, don't let me yuck your yums. This is just an example, except for the lighting. Don't do that. But yeah, you can create your own hater paragraph for the sake of design. Listen to me carefully. Do not buy everything, everywhere, all at once.
Sit on the crack of the couch, okay? Get comfortable.
Despite that being a great movie, buying too many things too quickly will very likely lead to disappointment later down the road. If you're just starting out, for example, you've just moved out of your parents' home or you got a divorce, I'm sorry, or congratulations. Or if you're completely sick of all your furniture and you just want to start completely fresh, I understand the urge to create a filled space right away instead of living in a half-empty home. But that can be a big trap.
Don't do it.
Here's the thing. You'll either end up with a bunch of fast furniture filler pieces. Do you like my alliteration there? Or even if you thrift stuff, you'll probably just end up getting whatever is available in that store or on that website at that time, rather than curating things that you'll really love, that will go well together, and that will suit your space. On a similar note, please use wish lists for anything that is either very popular or very expensive. Even if you're further along in your decorating process or if you have a bigger budget, don't buy anything just because of a trend or a whim. That IKEA donut lamp will still be there in a few months, so if you still want it then, you can have it. Or you might think you want to spend a lot of money on a real wooden mid-century credenza. I mean, of course. But you might realize later on that you don't want to dedicate 90% of your budget to it and you'd rather find a more affordable alternative. So even if something is on sale or a limited edition, truly ask yourself if it's something you really love or if it really fits your space, or if you just love the price, the tag, the brand, the promotion, etc. When you're ready to incorporate your newfound taste into your home, leave some room for trial and error, but preferably in ways that are easy to adjust. For example, buying a new cushion for your recliner is a lot less stakes than investing in a very bold, very expensive new club chair. Especially if you're a beginner at this, just buy something quirky and interesting at your local marketplace or a thrift store that you can easily resell or redonate if it doesn't work out. I'm not saying don't take risks, but maybe take those when you have a little better idea of what you like, want, and already have. This next part probably requires the most effort, but use photos, samples, for the love of God, measurements, and maybe even a layout planner to see if things really go together and fit into your home. You probably already know that you can bring paint and upholstery samples home, but you can also take things to the store. If you have a cushion or throw pillow that you really like that has multiple colors or patterns in it, take it out into stores and see if you can find maybe some matching colors, maybe some details that are reflected back into other pieces. And this may be more practical than inspirational, but please measure things out. If you're thinking of buying a really big armoire for your bedroom, tape it off on the wall where it's going to be. Maybe take a photo of that wall and color in the space of the armoire, because even though I love a big bold statement piece, it could be a little much, you know. So measure that out. They say carpentry, measure twice, cut once, and I think the same concept applies. We don't want to cut anything, but somebody will be cutting onions if it doesn't fit.
My dad always says, measure twice, cut once.
My daddy always said, Cleveland Jr., quit jumping on the bed.
We didn't measure! We didn't measure!
Lastly, if you're moving homes or rearranging all the furniture, or maybe somebody's moving into your home and you're going to be combining furniture and you're wondering how it will fit, use an online floor planner. When I moved to my current apartment, I used floorplanner.com. It's not sponsored, but I really liked using that. And I put in all the furniture that I already had. You can select the colors. There's a lot of little example furniture pieces that you can just choose from that look like yours. And then I added in potentially where I would put any new furniture and if it would all fit together. Because I was moving into a much bigger space. I bought my apartment, so that's cool. But yeah, I needed to know. So use an online floor planner if you're a little tech savvy, and if not, get someone else to do it for you. You probably have enough loved ones that owe you a favor. Lastly, but potentially most importantly, your taste will change based on age, lifestyle, budget, etc. But don't let it be based on trends. Trends, much like the earlier inspo that we talked about, can give you ideas, but it should not lead you. When it does, you're going to find the urge to constantly adopt a trend and then dispose of it. And it's just a constant coming and going of new items. It's going to be a waste of your money, time, and energy. So try not to fall into that trap. This is about finding your own taste, not that of the masses. I mean, I'm sure there are actually people who love pastel squiggly candles. But are you one of them, or are you just seeing them everywhere in stores? Ask yourself this anytime you want to impulse buy, and if you don't answer yourself truthfully,
I will find you.
at the end of the day, nobody, not even a professional interior designer or decorator, can tell you what your taste is and what you like or dislike. But hopefully you can figure that out based on some of the points in this video. And of course, if you have any other tips, please share them in the comments. I'm sure we could all learn a little more. Happy homemaking! As you might notice, I am very new to YouTube and I'm just starting out. So if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel for more interior design and other similar topics. Or, even if you just leave a like or comment on my video, it would be super, super appreciated. Anyway, thank you so much and hopefully see you very soon.